Bonjour! So it's back in Sunset Valley for another renovation, and this time it's going to be this one that is, let's go with intrigued me, since I've done this one here. This one was just next to it, and I suppose it's Victorian. Yeah, let's go with Victorian, because of the roofing mostly. But yeah, so let's check it out in Editon. Okay, so it's home to the Hart family. Never played with them, but I know a bit about them. I think either both parents have the insane trait, or they're childish for sure, or one of them. The daughter is the responsible one in the family, and apparently in the entire lineage. So yeah, slightly insane. The house, Primrose. Oh, that's cute. 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. Remodeled, remodeled? Sorry. Okay. Remodeled 2-story Victorian house with an accessible layout and open kitchen / breakfast nook area. Okay. Yeah, okay. So it's a Victorian house. Oh, hopefully neither of them has the, dislikes, traits. I guess it's remodeled inside. Yeah, maybe the inside is pretty cool. The outside is, from what I've seen. But let's tour the house and get a better idea of what we're going to work with there. Okay, so they don't have a garage, they have a driveway here, and yeah, they have very tall rooftop. Maybe the house wouldn't look that strange if the rooftop was a bit different. But no. I was like, but there is an attic. But no, there is not an attic. There is no floor. Yeah, I can see the room under it. Okay, yeah, that's that bed. Just here. Okay, I do like the front porch like that. It's a bit of a whimsical house, with fake balconies. Like this one is not accessible, and neither is this one. The back looks almost normal. It's the roof. It's the roof. It's way too tall. I like that area. That's cute. Small outdoor area over there. I suppose the backyard actually goes a bit farther. Or maybe not. Maybe it stopped there. So a back door. Okay. So it must be the kitchen. Oh, it's an open space. Okay. Remember the description. Okay, so maybe it's only one big room downstairs. And that's the family. Hello, people. The mom is adorable. It's on foundation and it's an all house. So chances are that I'm going to do a basement. Okay, so it's an open space, but they put a bookcase right in the middle. So that's it's actually a good divider for the room. Ooh, actually like that pattern here. Going to try and keep it. Yeah, I guess one of them is childish. I'm guessing the mom, because she has pigtails. So the kitchen, well, it has been renovated. I think I know what they mean, because it's an open floor plan, so it's not very Victorian that way, but it doesn't look that renovated. Oh, I like these. They are very different chairs. And the texture is very dark. Maybe it's a glitch, I think, because it's a bit velvety like that, but very dark. And here there is a bit of a bay window. A half bathroom, I suppose. Yes. Okay, neat. It's not that bad inside. And okay, upstairs. The landing. Okay, 3 doors. Oh. This room doesn't seem to be that big, so I'm going to guess bathroom. This one, bedroom. Oh yeah, this one is the one where we saw the bed from the roof, from upstairs. And a bedroom? Okay, let's try. Bedroom. I'm going to guess the last one is going to be the bathroom. That's the teenage daughter's bedroom. Again, not sure what she's into, because thematically, these 3 are very different. Oh, I do like the frieze here, and of course the same pattern on the bed, so that's not very realistic, but yeah, I might keep one of these. So second bedroom. Whoa, whoa. Okay, I guess it's the parents. Oh my gosh. Those are chameleon pieces of furniture, like they're hiding in the walls. Okay, that's a vanity, actually. Okay, I need to check that jobs too. I'm going to do the building, I'm guessing, and the makeover just afterward. And the door leading to, the bathroom. Big windows. That window, okay, I don't get that. It's when that, like, I don't get it. At least it's on the second floor, so it should not be that visible from outside, but yeah. So that's the house. Let's do a quick overview. So that's the first floor with the main entrance is there. The back door is over there. It's a rather long lot, isn't it? Don't remember the size. Oh, okay, it goes up till there. Oh my, what is that space for? It was quite seamless, actually. I couldn't find it. I think I'm going to do maybe a basement. And upstairs, I'll do an attic, I suppose. But I think I'm going to change. What is that for? I don't know. I'm going to start with the building itself. I think it's going to help with the interior design, and then I'll make over the family to get to know them a bit better before tackling the inside. So yeah, that's the plan. Let's get to it. So renovating the outside first. Well, I think mostly what was giving it a weird shape was the roof, so I changed that. I've kept it green, but yeah, it's a bit different. For instance, the two inaccessible balconies in the front, they are now part of the roof, so it kind of showcases a bit more the front porch. It's not a wrap-around porch, but I guess it does give a bit the same vibe. So I've also freshened up a bit the siding, so it's still green again, but again, I guess it's a paler one, and with a white trim in the corners. And I've had the windows with a green frame, so that it is a bit of a callback to the roof. It complements the roof, it goes with the roof, and to have like kind of a running theme, like a running color scheme with some touch of green a bit everywhere. But yeah, mostly I've changed the roof and kept the basic, like the base structure of the house, except that I extended a bit the house in the back here. That was to avoid the main roof clipping with the side roofs on each side, because I worked a bit more the roof structure, the roof structure, so that it would not be that tall, while keeping an attic space. So I guess the house is a tad bigger, but it's not really noticeable inside. It's a tad bigger, but it could be easily also extended some more if, for instance, new owners would want, like, if they want like some more bedrooms, it's easily extended because the backyard is quite big. So then I added a garage. I wasn't sure first, but again, the lot is big, so let's use the space there. Then I started working on the layout, so a bit on the interior. I wanted to add, as I've said, so that you can see that the part I've added, to the house. I extended the house a bit, and yeah, I added a basement, so it's not a real basement, semi-basement, half basement, I don't know how you call these. It's actually on the ground floor, but lower in the floor, so that I haven't put, usually I put like level skip marker in the foundation so that they are not apparent when you arrive at the house. And here I haven't, because if I had, like, that room wouldn't be accessible. And so that's one more room. Also put a ladder in a corner in the extension, in the small part of it, added to the back of the house. I've added like a small corner to access the attic. And so the attic is now as a floor first, and is now accessible. Oh, I also added like a chimney stack, not a fireplace, because I was thinking that it was an older house that has been renovated, so there was like a fireplace. There used to be a fireplace, but maybe they got rid of it when they renovated. Like we have central heating, we're good. So maybe they removed it, but yeah, the chimney stack should be there, so I've added one there. So then it was time to meet the family, and they sound like a lot of fun. Actually, I've never played with them, but I'm kind of wanting to do that right now. So they are insane, so they're going to switch to inappropriate outfits like all the time. So I still went with what I got, what the information I got. So for instance, Dory, who sounds like quite the sweetheart, their clothes don't match. I think it reads something like that in our bio, and also that she favors different hairstyles. So I've tried to change the hairstyle for each of her outfit. She has a different hairstyle. So then how to incorporate their personalities into the house. So to my, well, I don't really know what I was feeling, but yeah, both parents, they have part-time jobs. So I don't know how they can afford the house. So we're thinking that maybe they have it like in the family, and how could they still afford to stay there? To keep the house. Well, their daughter is frugal, and I'm calling her baby, but I'm not sure how you pronounce it. And maybe she's the one like paying the bills by selling stuff they have in the house. So I turned them into hoarders. So I've added quite a few items everywhere, like as if they are collecting. They're not messy, that they don't have the slop trait. So I've actually tried to gather all the information I had on the house, on the owners, and try to do the interior according to that. So the inside, all the fixtures of the house, like the inside fixtures, like the fact that it's an open floor plan because has been renovated, and that I made the kitchen quite modern. I couldn't decide on a color, so I kept changing the color of the counters, and that it's a Victorian house, so I've put also fixtures for the Victorian house, like as if they came with the house. So for instance, for the breakfast nook, that is in the description, in the house description, so I had to keep the breakfast nook, the bench, the seats, the sectional under the window. I'm pretending it came with the house. And then a lot of pieces of furniture are like, they're not matching, because a bit like Dory, the mom, it said that clothes don't match. So I went with the same thing for the rooms where they are there. And for the hoarder part, just like for the coffee machines here, and the, how do you call these? The microwaves. I've put like 2 at least. Most of the time I've put like 3 of the same item. But a different twist to it. Like, for instance, there are 2 TVs, so one that was already there, and then I added the big one. They have, I don't remember how many floor lamps, more than 3. Oh, I've kept the chairs that were there. I've just customized them a bit, and I've kept them because that's one of the things that gave me the idea. It's because they were all different. And the same thing with the couches, actually. There were like 2 different couches, but the chairs, they were all different. So I was like, okay, they didn't get them at the same place. So I did that for all the rooms except their daughter's bedroom, and maybe I wasn't that insistent on it, on smaller rooms, like for instance the bathrooms. But I've made the rooms like modern, so more modern. So I've changed mostly like for instance here the counters, I've put the one from outdoor living because they have a modern aspect, and they are not as expensive as the ones that are quite modern, but on the higher end of the price range. But yes, for most of the rooms, the main idea I went with was to have a modernized and renovated room with stacks of both useful and not that useful items. So here they have like, I think 3 washing machines. I don't remember if, I think they're all washing machines. And have I put the clothesline? I added it afterwards, after the episode was recorded, because I realized I didn't put one and they need one. Well, at the same time, both parents are insane, so maybe they don't have one, and they just, dry their clothes like that, like on themselves. So they can use like a hair dryer and the blow dryer the clothes like that. So that's the garage here. Again, I've added a few things. Also, I put that here, the video game, the arcade cabinet there. Both parents are childish, and I thought it was like kind of a dream to have that there. And I didn't put it in a more prominent room because their daughter is technophobe, so she's going to try and sabotage the thing at any given opportunity. So I thought maybe if it's in the garage, she won't go there. So then the basement, I didn't really need an added room because it's quite a small family. But I've used it as the superhero sci-fi room with a telescope, which I put near the window like that. But I really like it because the window, there is a view on nothing, like on the fence. So I thought it fit the family, the parents mostly. So I don't think I've used items from the decades stuff pack, the 70s, 80s, 90s stuff pack, but I've definitely used a few items from the movies stuff pack, and also a couple from the diesel stuff pack there. Nothing major, but I think at least the lamp, one of the lamps there. So then I'm going to go with Baby. I like the name Baby, so I'm going to go with Baby. Baby's bedroom. So it's the more like regular room, like the plainest room there. She is a bookworm and frugal and technophobe, so I didn't give her a computer. And I think the last one is good. She's good, and she's a good kid. So I didn't have many ideas for a bedroom, for a main theme, except for books. So I've added quite a few books a bit everywhere, and didn't keep any of the posters there, but yeah, I went also with a bit of a floral theme for textures because of the walls. There is that frieze with the flowers that I kept. I changed the bed cover, but it's also a bit floral. Next, the parents' bedroom. Oh, the parents' bedroom. So I spent quite some time there. I've edited out a lot here. So the theme. So that's nothing is matching. So that's because of Dory's bio mostly, and also Dory had like butterflies on her pants, like a butterfly pattern. What's his name? Gus? Yeah, Gus. Gus had. Did he? No, it didn't. But there was like cowboy theme a bit in the bedroom, and so I gave Gus like cowboy boots. So I went with both those themes. Their favorite color is orange and spiceberry, I think, purple-ish, pink, hot pinkish. I don't know what color it is actually. So I went a bit with that purple-ish, pinkish color. And last theme, what was it? I don't remember. That nothing is matching. So I went with nothing is matching. Also, they are kiddish, they're childish, both of them. So yeah, went that way. And I used the bed from the first expansion pack. That is a callback to the Sims one. I think that it's supposed to be like a vibrating bed, I think. But yeah, the bedroom has a motley of themes, colors, I guess, because there was like the walls, they were a bit a greenish color, and I've kept that. So yeah, I think there are more colors that I would use in a more like straight-laced bedroom. But yeah, it was fun. It was kind of hard on the eyes, but hopefully it's not as much anymore. But yeah, not that easy to do. The bathroom, the ensuite bathroom, but that is the main bathroom actually, because the other one is a half bathroom. So I've kept the shower bath combo there. I've turned the room a bit more modern because, again, with the fact that the house has been renovated, and it's in the description of the house. And yeah, I did a few items, but it's not as much on theme there. And then the attic. So yeah, I went with the childish traits there mostly, and I wanted to do something to have, like, if they were kids, they could have had the costume chest there, but they're not going to use it if I put it there. So instead I've put like a dresser and a toy box and quite a few mirrors, again for the hoarder theme. And I suppose the main characters there are like pink bunnies, mostly pink, because there is a bluish one in the frame that I cannot change. I've tried to do that, like in each room there are like characters. Like for instance, in the garage, mostly gnomes, outside too. And in the main room, there are lots of teddy bears. And in the parents' bedroom, I guess it's horses. There are quite a few horses there. So here is the house. I'll need to check if I added the clothesline before putting it up for download, but there will be a link in the description box below and on my Tumblr page, just like each time. So I haven't closed off the backyard, even though there is a trail going on, like running in the back, but it was a bit too big and there was like nothing in the backyard, like nothing much. The garage, So lots of gnomes, quite a few traffic signs, and a few washing machines too. Then back to the front of the house, we're going to go through the front porch to the main door. I like that the family is kind of contemplating the house. Maybe they have a hard time recognizing it, like, is that our house? Wait. So the main room, an open floor plan, but with different corners, so that is like kind of a hallway. That's the living room corner. Still a kind of a partition with the bookcases there. So I've tried to keep the idea, but made them smaller so that the other side of the room is visible from that each corner. So we saw the collection of teddy bears. I've put them there because those pretend chairs, they are pretend seatings, that they're not usable. Then a very narrow corridor that leads to the small like half bathroom there. Again, a few things that are an extra item with the same use, like there are like 3 mirrors in that small half bathroom. Back in the living room, then we're going to go through that door, and there's a circular staircase leading down to the basement for the sci-fi room that, if they were logical, maybe it would have been better in the attic, but who knows, maybe it's better to have it in the basement. Who knows where the aliens are. So then back upstairs, well, on the first floor, and then going on to the second floor with a landing. Again, lots of different frames there because they are not supposed to be matching, you know. So baby's bedroom. She has a rather large desk and quite a few bookshelves. Then the parents' bedroom. So yeah, it's a mix and not so much matching of things, of themes, of items, of toys, of colors. But it was a lot of fun to do. Also, it makes me smile every time I see it, so it's not that bad. Then the bathroom. So it's not that outrageous, I guess. There are like 1 too many rugs, but like two too many rugs maybe. But yeah, a few toys. Then here, that corner leading up to the attic. And the attic, where they have a mini bar here, quite a few mirrors. One of them is the magic mirror because they can have like a magic makeover, and it compensated for the, you know, the not being able to use the costume chest, I guess. Overview of the house with first the outside. So here there is the front over there, the garage, the gate leading to not closed off backyard, but it's a big one, and I've played a bit with the topography so that there is a small hill cutting a bit the view from the trail running in the back of the lot. Then first floor, so here that's the garage, so with a door leading to the backyard, And then here, the front of the house with the hallway, the main room, the living room corner, the kitchen corner, a back door, then a very narrow corridor here leading to the small half bathroom, then a staircase, and the basement, which is actually ground level, where they can practice hopscotch. Then back on the first floor, and then up the staircase to the second floor with the landing, the baby's bedroom, then the parents' bedroom here. I'm telling you, it's making me smile every time. The bathroom, the door here leads to back to the landing, and then access up the ladder to the attic, which is narrow at the beginning here, but then there is a bigger space here, more room for the toy chest, a dresser, a few mirrors, to have some fun up there. So that's it for that renovation, which was a lot of fun because it was quite a different vibe doing the outside compared to doing the inside. So for next time, thinking I might do the house across the street because I kept bumping into it while doing that one, so another Victorian apparently. But that will be for a next video. I'll see you then. À bientôt!